Hello, this is Top Preps player interviews and Top Prep exposure booster package interviews by Sunil Sunder. Tonight, I'm happy to be speaking with Jamley R. Austin II, a senior at Lewis D. Brandeis High School in San Antonio, Texas, and a defensive back and slot wide receiver on the varsity football team. Once again, Jamley, it's great to be speaking with you. I said congrats on your success, playing football here. Again at Louis D. Brandeis High School. Can you talk about again, a phenomenal senior season here? I mean, you're a three-star recruit, 10-game starter, and put up incredible stats again this season.
It was just fun having to play my final season with the boys. We're all seniors, so it's mostly seniors playing, and we were all just really trying our best to go as far as we can for our last season. We're glad we can go for this ride. We had a brand new coaching staff, which started off a little bit shaky, but
Hmm.
eventually we got used to it. We put in our new defensive plays, new offensive plays, and we just started to get after it. Practices were a lot more fun. We actually were like bonding more as a team, so I felt like we were a lot closer this season. Stat wise, it was a pretty good season. Went against some pretty good wide receivers, some good QBs, good running backs, a lot of good running backs.
Hmm.
Just had to tackle a little bit harder or, make the play when we needed it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like Johnson game, we went into three overtimes, and that was a lot of work. So we were focused that game. And, came out with an interception on Jaden Perez in the second overtime and a PBU at that game.
Yeah.
Clark game, we went against a decent wide receiver, got a PBU on him. We went against a couple more running backs, some more four-star receivers, and it was just a lot of fun being able to play against that type of level.
Yeah. Yeah, it's outstanding to hear. And hey, nothing beats having a winning record this year as well, and going out on that type of note as well, Jamley. Just talk about that.
Um, um, uh, you know, it was hard whenever we lose our games, so we just
Hmm.
really had to focus more in practice so we can come back stronger in the next game, and we
Yeah.
came out on top. Um, there's some games that didn't go the way we planned on, but eventually
Hmm.
it worked out. And I'm just glad that we were able to finish off strong this season.
Yeah. Hey, voted on the senior leadership team, averaging 5 tackles per game, 3 pass breakups, 1 interception, no touchdowns allowed, 1 forced fumble. I mean, again, lockdown, said numbers. Talk about that because, as you said, you went up against some of the best talent in your district.
Sure.
Facing 4-star, it said power four commits, allowing only 2 catches. Just I mean, again, mind-boggling numbers. But the fact is, you said the focus, the attention to detail, and all that hard work you put in the practices and off the field, and to see it pay off, like again in such dominating fashion on the gridiron. Just talk about that, Chamley.
It just felt great, amazing, knowing that all the work I put in since freshman year to improve was showing on the field finally. I was glad that I was able to go against, like you said, those 4 stars, those power four commits, because it drew out more potential in me that I knew I had
Hmm.
deep inside. So I was able to let it show and let it shine during those games.
Yeah.
Still game, they knew not to throw to my side. Every other game, they knew not to throw to my side. So like it just made me feel happy knowing that all that work I put in was actually shown.
Yeah, it's got to be an adrenaline rush. I mean, like when you're out there on the field, facing those wide receivers,
Mm-hmm.
manned up, and then once the ball is snapped, and you're in the heat of
Always,
battle.
always coming out nervous first game, but as soon as
Yeah,
that first play is over, I'm just like, I feel relaxed. I'm
yeah,
happy it's happening right now. Just glad I'm able to play. Blessed that
yeah,
no injuries were happening or anything like that.
yeah. That's wonderful to hear. And hey, recognized as the top defensive back in your senior season, already have received 4 college offers, again, still gaining, interest from several D1s and D2s. That's got to be really satisfying, as a Jamley to see that kind of like,
Yes, sir.
positive feedback and, the way people are recognizing, said your talent and your game.
Yes, sir. It feels great knowing that I'm gonna be able to be blessed enough to play at the next level and continue football.
Yeah. And what the great thing is about you're so diverse, like, just in terms of the positions you play on defense. And now the fact that, being a two-way, said as a slot wide receiver, just, describe that because that's got to be like, to your advantage. Like the fact that you've seen, of course, said in college football, guys do that. I mean, it's just not high school, but now it's up on the college level, and that's something that you'll be able to bring to again a prospective college or university in terms of your skill set.
Uh, I love defense, but running
Hmm.
them routes and catching the ball also feels pretty nice. So when I get recruited by some of these colleges for playing offense,
Yeah,
I think it's kind of cool knowing that I can get a chance, an opportunity to play on the other side of the ball.
yeah, yeah.
And I played some slot at the All American game.
Okay.
It was went pretty well. Got me a couple slants catches and stuff. But don't get me wrong. Like I said, I love playing defense, but catching
Hmm.
that ball, trying to
Yeah.
go in for that touchdown feels amazing.
Yeah, it's something you definitely thrive in. Look, again, since we talked, I mean, to see your journey, like, as you said, from your freshman season up until your senior season, I mean, you were a starter on the JV team. I remember the last time out, and then moved up to varsity at the end of, said the season. Then, I mean, just to see again, you taking those necessary steps, progressing up the chain. Uh, it's got to be very fulfilling, again, like, just to see uh where you stacked up, but like in terms of like, again, I mean, because it's 24/7, 365. I mean, if you want to, I think a lot of people say, I mean, you want to be the best at your craft, you got to put in the time, the long hours, said, I mean, the grind, in terms of like, morning until late at night. Again, that's something I'm sure that you really do harp on and, at the end of the day, like, really soak that in.
Yeah, like whew, we'll practice probably like 3 to 4 times a day,
Hmm.
7 times a week, pumping iron, working out, working on that speed, working
Yeah.
on technique, everything, my hips, opening it up a little,
Hmm.
stretching, track practices right after football season. We had a bunch of coaches we'll work with, working on that footwork. We
Hmm.
had, uh, and then also, I could play nickel and safety too,
Hmm.
besides just corner. So, just working on that too.
Yeah, I mean, just being flexible in what again you can offer, and just in terms of your fundamentals. Hey, let's talk about this coaching staff, especially defensive coordinator KD Maddox. Talk about how instrumental he was in your development and your success. Especially here in your senior season.
Freshman year coming in as like nobody knew about me because I came in pretty late. I didn't come at
Hmm.
the start of the summer practices because unfortunately I broke my wrist
Okay.
in football, so I came in pretty late. So
Hmm.
I was B team. People aren't really paying attention that much to the B team players, but coach always stuck out and he'd get on me at practices and stuff, telling me how should always be focused, how I should try hard and keep working, and he would like acknowledge me because like he sees it whenever I'm working after school, after practices. I stay behind with my dad to work out. Coach will see it,
Hmm.
and he will let me know. He sees the work I'm doing, and
Yeah.
so I think it was around sophomore year he decided to move me to corner. It was telling me that is probably the best position he could see me at right now, and it turns out I'm actually pretty good at corner. I was like,
Hmm.
what corner? But I want to play safety, coach. But he just seen something that I didn't see myself, and he helped me bring it out. And so
Yeah.
now I'm just like known as the top best corner right now. So
Yeah.
I want to coach for that, and he,
Yeah.
he just believed in me.
Yeah, it's beautiful to hear. I mean, again, like, to have coaches believe in, what you can, again, bring to the table, and you can have that type of success, like, on the football field. And Hey, you mentioned the injury. I'm sure that taught you a lot about, resilience, and just overcoming, said obstacles, said not
Mhm.
allowing it to get you down, but to persevere and, return, said, to your, same fashion, even better than that. I mean, just like, make those leaps and bounds. Talk, just, I mean, I'm sure that's something that, affected you, but again, you were able to battle back from Jamley.
Yeah, because before my injury, I actually played running back before
Okay.
I broke my wrist. And so, that game I broke my wrist, I was just getting rushed to the hospital, try to see if we can get it, put in a cast. I was
Hmm.
just chilling. And I didn't really cry until they told me I might not have a chance to play football. So, like, I
Hmm.
was hurt when I heard that. Started tearing up, couldn't
Yeah.
hold in them, cried a little, but, at the end of the day, I was fixed. So I just had to, you know, rest and let it heal up so I can get back to
Hmm.
working. And so after I came in the freshman season, I just hit the weights at the gym with my dad, and we were trying to catch back up. Basically,
Yeah.
kept working out, kept working on speed. Had to change positions because I was no longer at that weight size for running back. So we
Hmm.
switched over to defense instead of offense, and it just went all uphill from there. We just kept working.
Yeah. Hey, look, as I mentioned before, football's year round now. Like, once you're done with the season, that just doesn't mean that you take, a couple weeks off. You're right back in the weight room, strength and conditioning. There's so much nutrition, there's rest and recovery, the mental health part about it. Everybody touched on the physical aspect of sports, especially when it comes to football. But, if you're not mentally in tune and locked in, it can really, said be an adverse, said reaction and effect. Obviously there's got to be a blueprint. You bulked up, said you've really worked it again at, perfecting yourself, physically, and then of course having, that mental, said, equation as well, part of that in place. I'll talk about that because you've really put, the entire package together here, Jamley.
Yeah, at some points, all the training, it just gets to you. It gets hard having to do all of it just 24/7. Because, like I said, you get no days off if you're playing
Yeah.
football. You want to play at the next level. So at times it got hard. And, I want to thank my dad because he just pushed me to build my mental state up, to not give up, to not quit, to not take any reps off. And, I just kept going hard, kept pushing myself. And, it was a lot. It was a lot,
Yeah.
but I want to thank him for that because now that I deal with diversity, it doesn't really affect me as much because I know I've dealt with worse. I've been in worse situations, so I just let
Hmm.
the things like that not get to me. You just have to keep pushing, keep moving on.
Yeah. It's tremendous to hear. I mean, just the fact, I mean, your numbers, again, speak for themselves. I mean, just again, fabulous numbers. I mean, that's something I'm sure you take a lot of pride and joy in once you get into the gym and you start lifting and like just knocking out rep after rep. It's got to be something that really like pumps the juices up. Talk about that, Jamley.
I love weights. I love weights.
Yeah.
Love working out. If I could be a bodybuilder, I would. But yeah, I love seeing that my maxes for bench and squat were improving. Started off when I hit 315, I was super happy. When I hit 225, I was like mind blown. I was like, whoa, I can really push this weight. And suddenly I just started repping it at
Yeah,
during weights during the season. I was like, dang, I'm starting to like really improve with my
yeah,
strength. And, now that it's college time, I know I'm really about to focus and lock in. And
yeah,
it's just a family tradition to be strong, be good athletes. So I'm gonna
yeah.
keep putting in that work.
Yeah, no, that's tremendous. Hey, you alluded to the fact you're a dual sport athlete. So Texas 6A All District, defensive back, sprinter, part of the 6A, District 4x4 champions earlier in the year in the spring. Talk about that. It said the fact that obviously, I mean, you know, again, participating in another sport, especially track and field, where again, it's all about that speed element and working on that. I said those skills. Talk about that because that just lends again. I said just in terms of with that strength and conditioning, and then
Mhm.
once you get into you got into the the summer camps and game, conditions, you were well prepped for that.
Yes, sir. We're a track family. We're a track family. Everybody's in
Mhm.
my family has run track at some point in their life. My dad's
Yeah.
been running track in college and high school, and he's fast. I don't know about now,
Mhm.
but he's fast. And, yeah, I started running track at the age of 6, I believe, in California.
Okay.
Picking up meets and stuff. Super fun being able to run. I know it was one time I stopped mid race to look back, and should never done that because he passed
Like
right
Bugs
by.
Bunny.
Oh man, should never
Yeah.
done that. And
Yeah.
my sister, she went to BYU for
Hmm.
her track scholarship, and my second older sister went to Arkansas for her
Yeah.
hurdles. And so my family's like really into track like that. So
Yeah.
I do track season every year, and after football, I take about probably like 2 weeks to a week off, then get right
Hmm.
back to it, running 300s, miles, 400s, speed work, 250s, running with the sled. Just a lot of work, working on my
Yeah.
technique, trying to get back in track shape because football speed and track speed, totally two different things.
Yes. Yeah.
We go to meets probably about 3 to 4 indoor meets before starting the actual track season after Christmas break, just so I can
Hmm.
be prepared for the season. And like you mentioned, the 4x4 came in the district super sick. Actually PR with a 49, 48. And,
Hmm.
that felt pretty good knowing that I helped my teammates win that 4x4 for district.
Yeah. No.
Hopefully we do it again this season.
Yeah. Yeah. Impressive stats. I mean, just, again, it's something you really like, do cherish. Hey, let's piggyback to you got the number 22, said Broncos jersey there. Talk about of course, game day practices, putting the pads on, wearing that jersey, the helmet. Um, I'm sure it's, now that, you know, senior season is over, it's got sort of bittersweet. I mean, you take that, jersey and helmet off for the last time, but as I said, quite a bit to, again, be, happy about, and the fact that, you were able to accomplish, so much wearing that jersey. But what did it represent to you personally, Jamley?
So my nickname from my family is Man Man, which means they
Okay.
want me to be twice the man. And so I like the number 22 because Deuce Deuce, I think of it as I'm just like twice the man. And
Hmm. Hmm.
22 is just a family thing.
Yeah.
So the number 22 just really sticks with me.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, just representing, the family proudly. Hey, always special Friday night lights, Saturday afternoons during the fall. I mean, you got to experience for 4 years playing home games, at Brandeis High School. Just you know, for you, I mean, what did it mean, rushing out into that field with your teammates, with your coaches, and then of course, I mean, just the entire environment, cheerleaders, fans, parents in the stands, I'm sure a band, what were those moments? I mean, just especially here in your senior season, like, and I'm sure like every game you definitely like, took stock of that and really like again soaked that those moments in just describe that Jamley.
It just felt great. Probably my favorite game was when we got to play in the Alamo Dome. That was
Hmm.
just like
Wow.
huge playing in that
Yeah.
big stadium in front of
Yeah.
the crowd. It's like super huge. The bands were loud. Everybody was hyped. The cheerleaders were going crazy. Football team was
Hmm.
going crazy. The fans were loud. And then just normal games in the NASD stadium was also good. I love the pregame meals we have with each other. We have meetings. We have a long message. I loved it.
Hmm.
I was proud and felt blessed. I was able to participate in this kind of thing with my teammates. And we had this thing called the Bronco Crew with all the
Okay.
dads where they wear hard hats on their head
Okay.
and they blow up our tunnel so we can run out of it. And I know the dads love that too because they get to see their sons run out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have talks from them too. I'm just thankful for all of it.
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah. That's
I love
special. I mean, to have that bond with the, with the fathers. I mean, you can't put a price tag on that. I mean, those are the behind the scenes moments as I mentioned it, no one like really sees. And the fact that
Mhm.
you're able to share that with everyone, I think again is amazing. Thank you for doing that because I think a lot of people just truly don't understand how meaningful those moments are, how special they are, because those are bucket list items. I mean, remember that, for years to come.
Mhm.
Hey,
It's
I
just
want to, yeah. On the flip side, talk about the
okay.
road games. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, talk
Road
about that.
games. Oh man, them bus rides. Whew, long, but I had to take a nap and hope I just wake up at the stadium. But I love the home games. We had
Yeah.
to pull up to the school probably like hours before the game. It was just there,
Hmm. Yeah.
locked in, enjoying some music, chilling with each other, talking about what's gonna happen at the game,
Yeah.
coming up with a game plan, talking about
Hmm.
scouting report. We had multiple meetings
Yeah.
with our coaches before taking off to the stadium to go play and hopefully come back with a win. It's
Yeah.
just loved it, loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's so essential. And I'm glad you brought those points up because there's so much that goes into it, in terms of before game day and like, even
Mhm.
on the day of a game, those team meetings, the scouting reports, watching film. I mean, all those, I mean, that's really, those are the nuggets. Those, I mean, are the vital components that lead to a successful outcome and a win.
Mhm. Does like we probably start preparing for the game a day before the actual game. Just be
Hmm.
locked in your classes after school. Don't do nothing dumb that can potentially hurt you or hurt the team. You just have to be focused.
Hey, we talked about it's just not about being an athlete, it's being a student athlete.
Hmm.
3.2 GPA. I know the last time you were taking college prep courses, again, which is just, again, magnificent. It's time management and organization. You don't have that down pat. You're cooked. I mean, there are no two ways about it. I mean, because there's a lot that, a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. I mean, the fact that, again, you have the weight room training sessions, watching films, you said scouting reports, team meetings, the practices, game day. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. And then you got to come home and hit the books and then prepare for quizzes and, tests. Uh, yeah, obviously you've been able to meet the expectations, with flying colors. I mean, what has worked out, again, so effectively for you, Jamley?
Tutoring. Teachers offer tutoring. You got to go in
Hmm.
after school, before school. If you have to miss a practice, you have to, get your test in. With football, sometimes we have a game the day of a test. So,
Hmm.
next day you're gonna have to come in or miss that morning practice so you can go take that test you didn't make in
Yeah.
time. Uh, come in after school. The teachers are helpful. They help you study for the things you missed out on. Help you get back caught up with the rest of the class.
That's great. That's great to hear to have that type of support system because I mean, again, so crucial in terms of be able to have good grades and again succeed in the academic part of I said high school. Hey, let's talk about Brandeis High School in terms of the student body, administration, athletic department, the support that you've received, and again, it all comes down to structure and organization from top to bottom. Again, if you don't have that in place, it's you're really toast. I mean, you really, I mean, there's no way you can really be successful. What have they meant to you these past 4 years?
Uh, Family, they're just really close because like we build relationships with our admins, the security guards. We all know each
Hmm.
other's names. We talk about football games, the NFL, NBA. We
Yeah,
just we're close to each other, so we're all just a big family. So
yeah,
they look at my Twitter too, and they have talks to me about stuff too. Um, they're telling me they hope I do great things in the future. That really brightens my day to hear them tell me
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
I smile at them every day. I ask how's their day been. I ask them about their holiday break. I ask them
Hmm.
about anything. I fist bump random teachers I probably don't even know. And I just love seeing the smile that comes on their face
Yeah.
whenever.
Hey, you have that sign up there in the background. I was going to bring it up later, but and I know we talked about it in the first interview, practice kindness, and you definitely, again echo that. And I think that's what leads to such school spirit and just having just a conducive environment in high school because it's more than just, again, the students, the teachers, administration, athletic. I mean, as you mentioned, the security guards. I mean, there's so many people again in the background that don't, like janitors, don't get to do credit, but those people really make it what it's what's wholesome
Hmm.
about high school.
They do. They do. I even have a handshake with the lunch ladies whenever I go get food.
That's great. No, that's again, that's wonderful to hear. Well, and also the community. Talk about the support because, like, everybody. I mean, the fan base, is there to root you guys on, home and away. Um, I'm sure that's something you're going to definitely miss. But what did they like? What did they bring to the table here these past 4 years?
Constant support. Just constant
Yeah,
support. Always supporting us no matter how the outcome came of each game. They just kept
yeah.
supporting us. Helped us lift our heads up after every tough loss we had.
Hmm.
Helped us feel great after every good win we had too. Just
Yeah,
thankful for them because they don't have to be out there in that cold or in that hot sun watching us play,
yeah.
but they do, and they decide to take the time out their day to do that. So I'm just thankful for them to come support us.
Hey, I I've said it to a lot of people. There's nothing like football in Texas, high school football. We see, as you said, you played it, some of the big on the biggest stages of them all. Uh,
Mhm.
you know, for everyone out there across the country, I mean, describe because it's on a different level. I mean, of course, we talk about the movie Friday Night Lights. I mean, I'm sure that like definitely sends chills down your spine, gives you those goosebumps. You get the butterflies before you take the field, and when you're at kickoff as well. But what is that? What
Was
is
it
that,
like,
Bob? And what is it? Yeah, because I'm sure that it's something that again is so unique.
man? It's just in the moment. It's in the moment. You just feel
Yeah,
great. Super nervous at the start though, but after you take that one tackle and you hit that one
yeah,
guy, or one catch,
yeah,
make that play, it's just like everything else. You
yeah,
just the weight off your shoulder. You feel great. You're glad
yeah.
you're there. You're hoping it never ends, but eventually it has to. So,
Yeah,
you
that's what I
know,
wanted to ask you. The final moment, the final time, you're in the locker room and you take that jersey and helmet. I mean, I'm sure very emotional for you because again, you pour your heart and soul into making it to this moment here, and like again, all the accolades that came along the way. I'm sure it's just again like that must have been a very tough moment for you.
it was just a lot of emotion,
Yeah,
going around in that locker room.
yeah,
Just a lot of tears, a lot of motivational speeches,
yeah,
goodbyes, but held our heads up. We held our heads high, and we
yeah.
came back the next. And, we just talked about it. We just talked
Hmm.
about it.
Yeah.
Uh, our juniors and our sophomores, they said their goodbyes. They gave us speeches too.
Hmm.
Told us how we changed their life too, which made us feel great knowing that we
Yeah.
actually were able to help some people out before leaving.
As I said, you've been a leader. I mean, again, voted on that senior leadership team. I mean, again, I don't, you know, again, you don't take that for granted. Like, again, how important that position is. And the fact that
Hmm.
you came in as a freshman, we're learning from the upperclassmen, the seniors, and now here being able to come full circle in your career and then pass down that knowledge and that expertise, to the underclassmen. Talk
Hmm.
about that.
I love coaching up my teammates, the sophomores, the juniors, and some of the freshmen. I see them working outside on their DB back pedals and stuff. I send them film and stuff they can look at to work on their stance and stuff. I help them
Hmm.
out. I send them drills. They come up to me. They ask me for weight workouts. I could send them. I send it to them whenever I get it to
Hmm.
them. They ask me about speed work. I help them get speed work. They ask me about places they can work at. I suggest places. Ask me about which gym should I go to. Should I do this? Should I do that? I just love answering them because
Yeah.
I just feel. great knowing that I'm able to help them improve.
Yeah, again, it's just a testament to your character, how engaged you are, that you're a true student of the game. And, really, again, just laser focused. I mean, just like, just so meticulous in what you do, on every single day. It seems just like you have that organization again, pat down and know what's in front of you. And that, again, again, outstanding to see. You mentioned your family, how supportive they've been, and a sport, athletic family. Again, your mom, your dad, your four sisters, to have this common thread and bond, for so long, from when you were very young until now. How cool is that? I mean, just you guys, as I said, can discuss so many, things that are ongoing and on and off the field, and they can, again, offer that advice to you as well.
I love it, especially with track. I sometimes ask my sister about advice and stuff like that. And they talk to me about my football games, some things I could have improved on, some things I could have done better, some
Hmm.
things I missed out on. My mom, she's like always sending me Instagram reels of training I can do, workouts I can do, just a bunch of tips for
Yeah.
life that can help me later on. And my dad's gonna always be there to help me. And he helped a lot, like a lot, lot. He's been there since freshman year to help me, and I want to thank him because I probably wouldn't be here right now if he wasn't there to help me and push me when I
Yeah.
needed it.
Yeah, it's tremendous to hear. Hey, you're now making that jump, of course, from high school to the college level and playing football for so long. I had to ask you, I do this with a lot of athletes. Remember the first time you put a jersey and a helmet on and played in the game?
Hmm. Hmm. Ooh, I was like a
I
little.
yeah.
I was like a little twig back then, so like, ooh, I thought I was fast. I don't think I was gonna get nowhere with the ball.
Yeah.
My first time I got hit, I thought I was about to die that day.
Oh boy.
So it hurt. My
Yeah.
chest was burning. I need to catch my
Yeah.
breath for a while. I scored my first touchdown. I was like super excited. First person I looked at was my dad because he was my coach
Yeah.
at the time. So I was like, "Did you
Yeah.
see? Did you see? Did you see?" He seen. I think he seen the first time.
Yeah,
Loved it.
that's neat. Uh, what is it about the game? I mean, again, there's so many intangibles. I mean, whether you're on or off the field, but I mean, what are just some of those again, uh,
Honestly,
unique traits that just yeah,
I think it's just like the character it builds. Like it
yeah,
helps you really build character, and
yeah,
I love that about football.
yeah,
And the bonding with other people, helping you meet other
hmm,
people.
yeah.
Just I just really appreciate those two things of the game.
And I think as you talked about, like, the final moment you took that jersey and helmet off, and like, that brotherhood, like, and these are relationships, friendships that are going to last, for years to come. I mean, you're just, not when you graduate from high school, but well into college. And then once you get into your, the real world and your careers, I'm sure, like, you keep those relationships, going and strong as ever. Hey, as you know, we live in a day of social media. You definitely have been able to tap into that. I know you've received a lot of support, from your dad about that. Of course, highlight videos, Huddle, now it's X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram. That's something you definitely have been able to hone in on and capitalize on that movement. Talk about that because that's something that has really been able to boost your profile and give you that added
Hmm.
exposure and visibility across the nation.
You got to stay on top of it all. That's how you reach out to the coaches. It's how you
Yeah.
get your name out there. You got to post your film almost all the time. You have to DM coaches, email
Hmm.
coaches, call coaches, text coaches, meet with coaches. You just have to really put yourself out there. You have to step outside of your comfort zone and like actually talk to the
Yeah.
coaches.
Yeah.
And, you can't be lazy with it. You got to keep doing it over and over and over. Keep sending
Hmm.
them your package. Send them every accomplish you done. Send them all your films. Send them everything. Just try to get your name out there. You have to
Yeah.
make them look at you too, so they can actually like take time to see what you're sending.
Hey, I think this is great because, like, again, second interview, said for top preps, but this is different because this is, the top preps exposure booster package interview because GBR GFX, Blaine Randall's going to be creating, said the action image of you. Um, to be able to see that, I'm sure it's something you're gonna get really excited about and have some goosebumps just seeing that created. But how good is that just to add again to that to that layer and just have that readily available.
It feels good. I could probably look back on it and just really appreciate everything that I talked about with you so far.
Yeah. Hey, I think what's also valuable, Jamley, is the fact is that, and I mentioned this, you stay in shape year round and always learning, always like, and you're attending all these camps, all these showcases. That's something again that has really, as said, cranked it, as said, up to the next tier level and several gears. Talk about that because again, as you said, getting your name out there and for coaches to see your talent level, other players going up against the best competition is said.
Hmm.
We're talking as you said those the 4 star the four star power commits, but talk about those college camps because I'm something being able to travel around the country and attend these different functions and again be able to show people how you can bowl out and showcase your skill set.
Whenever I go to a college camp, I only go against the best receivers at the camps.
Hmm.
So if I have to wait on a rep to go against them again, I will. It helps me work on my craft, helps me improve things I probably need to improve on, become more disciplined with my footwork, my
Hmm.
hands, keeping my eyes on their hips, hitting them where it hurts, and it just helps
Yeah.
getting to talk to all these different coaches, DB coaches, and their perspective on certain
Yeah.
techniques they use, how to cut, how to break, speed turns. It just helps me come up with a way I should play my game. And
Yeah.
that really helped out a lot.
Yeah. I mean, then watching on film, being able to break it down, but then have people again at those camps, even like, once you drop the highlight videos, people can, probably chime in as well and offer again, a different perspective,
Mhm.
for you and something again you can add to your repertoire. Hey, I know last time we talked that of course you've been working out, but also and you're just such a great ambassador, role model. I know that you were into youth mentorship and talk about that because I think again to pave the way and for the youth of America. I'm sure is again something that you really do harness and like just focus in on. Talk about that.
Well, do you mean like, do you want me to tell them like a message
Oh
or
no,
some
I was
type
just
of?
saying that I know you had last time we talked, you had been doing that. Like one of your hobbies was youth
Mhm.
mentorship. So if you're still continuing that, but that's something I'm sure that when you look back on, being able to again help out the youth of America. I mean, because I think that's what a lot of people as we see the competition out there. It's so fierce. Just talk about that, Jamley.
Uh, I love being able to participate in stuff like that. Food drives and stuff like that also
Hmm.
comes in part. I just felt happy knowing that I was helping out other people
Yes.
and brighten up their day. FCA is something we do every other Sunday, fellow
Okay.
Christian athlete group, and we just come together and talk about God and Christ, and
Yeah.
it helped me open up about things I probably never opened up. Helped me find myself.
Hmm.
My communication skills were better. I was finding out more about other athletes I probably knew nothing about, and so
Yeah.
I became closer with them too. I appreciate that thing that they put together for us. Felt
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, that's wonderful to hear. Hey, just a couple more before you get the last word here. And this is, to lighten it up a little bit. So now in your senior season, as you wrapped it up, now watching, of course, the NFL season, any defensive backs now, that have entered the fray that really do, said, pay closer attention to and really try to take away some of their tendencies.
Um, not really, none right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
But I'm always open. I'm looking at them. just seeing if there's anything I can add and probably work
Hmm.
on or try to learn,
Yeah,
improve. But right now, I'm just keeping my eyes on them and
yeah,
looking for things I can probably improve on.
that's great. Hey, you mentioned it before, like, a message for the younger kids, out there. So, and athletes, as
Mhm.
well. So, again, you're in a prime spot. You have the platform, you have, the mic here, to spread that message. So, what would you say to him? Because again, you started out like, you faced again a lot of ups and downs, trials and tribulations, but here you are on the cusp of greatness, and you already have achieved that. But now to go into further heights into that stratosphere, at the college level. So what would you say to him? Just trying to navigate those, again, sometimes turbulent waters, and trying to find what they're good at and succeed in, if it is the game of football.
Mhm. Um, Honestly, just find that one thing that motivates you and that one reason why you want to keep going and hold on to it and don't let go. Um, Keep your head down and just keep putting in the work. You don't have to be loud or try to show off the things you're doing. Just keep it to yourself, put in the work, and eventually it will show. And
Yeah,
everything you want will come to you. Just keep working, keep putting in the work. Don't just be humble. Be
yeah,
humble. That's all you gotta do. Be humble
yeah,
and keep working and it'll come to you. If you know you want to play at the next level, you're gonna have to give up all your free time. I wouldn't say all, but most of your free time, and
hmm,
really train like that. You're gonna have to train hard. You have to practice hard. You have to train till you throw up, till you can't walk. You just keep training, keep putting in the work, and
yeah.
eventually everything you want will come to you.
Yeah, well said. Sound advice. I mean, I think it really hits it, spot on. Jamley, it's well deserved. You get the final word and message here for family, friends, teammates, coaches, at Brandeis High School in San Antonio, Texas, and the community as well. So, I wanted to give you the floor, and I'm sure there are a lot of people you want to thank here.
I just want to thank all my teammates for supporting me and pushing me to do good in practice. I want to thank my coaches, Coach Marmaleo, for always having my back, Coach Maddox for always having my back and pushing me, Coach Miles for always having my back and pushing me, the brand new coaches that came in, Coach Lewis, Coach Galvan, for always having my back. You guys, this is what we call Coach Big Dog. Just hyping us up all the time. He kept us hyping the weight room. Want to thank him. He's a super positive guy. I love all the messages he had to share with me. I want to thank my coaches I worked with at Redline. I want to thank the Booster Club parents, the moms group, the dads on the field with the hard hats that helped us. Just everybody in the stands, the student section that would come and hype us up, the band people, the cheerleaders for coming and standing in that rain, cheering us on. I just want to thank them all for having our back and pushing us.
Well said, Nate. Hey, Jamley, once again, an incredible honor and privilege being able to speak with you once again, you know, on your football journey, here at Louis D. Brandeis High School in San Antonio, Texas. Congrats again on all your achievements. And, it doesn't stop here. Now, everybody awaits, said, your college decision, and, which, school you're going to select. And, I'm sure that we're going to be hearing more positive attributes, and again, at the next level in college. So keep up the great job, and just looking forward to hearing that announcement.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.